How did the Northern Renaissance differ from the Italian Renaissance? Have you ever wondered how two major cultural movements in Europe, the Northern Renaissance and the Italian Renaissance, could be so different yet interconnected? Let's break it down and see what sets them apart. The Italian Renaissance kicked off in the 14th century, mainly in cities like Florence, Rome, and Venice. These areas had direct access to the remnants of classical antiquity, such as ancient ruins and texts. In contrast, the Northern Renaissance emerged later in regions like Flanders, the Netherlands, Germany, and France. Here, the influence of classical Roman artifacts was not as strong, shaping a different artistic direction. When it comes to art, the Italian Renaissance is known for its focus on idealized human anatomy, proportion, and perspective. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo created balanced compositions with lifelike figures. They often used techniques like fresco and tempera to achieve their stunning results. On the other hand, Northern Renaissance artists excelled in detailed realism and intricate textures. They primarily used oil paints, which allowed for richer colors and finer details. This technique enabled them to depict everyday life with remarkable accuracy. The subject matter also varied significantly. Italian Renaissance art began to shift from strictly religious themes to more secular and classical subjects. Artists celebrated human individuality and the beauty of the human form. In contrast, the Northern Renaissance maintained a stronger connection to Christian themes. Artists produced altarpieces and religious works filled with complex symbolism. They also developed genre painting, capturing realistic scenes of daily life and domestic interiors, often rich with symbolic meaning. In terms of techniques and innovations, the Italian Renaissance was marked by the use of linear perspective and anatomical accuracy. This scientific approach helped artists depict space and the human body more realistically. Meanwhile, the Northern Renaissance pioneered the use of oil paint, which dries slowly. This allowed for layering and subtle color gradations, enhancing realism and texture. Northern artists also advanced printmaking techniques, spreading their artistic ideas more widely. Philosophically, the Italian Renaissance leaned more toward secular and individualistic themes, focusing on human potential and classical learning. The Northern Renaissance, however, integrated humanism with a more Christian worldview. This blend influenced the symbolic and moral content of their artworks. In summary, while both movements shared an interest in humanism and a revival of art and learning, they diverged in focus and style. The Italian Renaissance emphasized classical ideals and secular themes, while the Northern Renaissance concentrated on detailed realism and religious symbolism. These differences reflected the unique cultural environments of Northern Europe and Italy during this transformative period in European history.